The Zimbabwe Republic Police is charged with detecting, investigating and preventing crime. The People's Police Service is also mandated to preserve the internal security of the country, protect and secure the lives and property of the people, maintaining law and order in the country and enforcing the law without fear or favor. Hello viewers, my name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani and welcome to Crime Watch. The Zimbabwe Republic Police reminds Zimbabweans to take heed of the fact that COVID-19 is not yet gone. The police therefore urges members of the public to continue following the recommended precautionary COVID-19 preventive measures. Police will not hesitate to arrest those who choose to flout basic COVID-19 protocols and regulations. Moving on, in a story that we featured last week to do with the recovery of cattle in Gwanda, Matebeleland South Province, police continued with investigations and recovered more cattle and donkeys.
We managed to round up 202 cattle, 30 donkeys. So far, people have come forward to actually identify their stolen stock. This operation, therefore, made us to actually manage to arrest 58 accused persons for assault and also for public violence following the assault that they actually perpetrated against the complainants and the police officers when they tried to recover the cattle. So the operation was successful, and we still appeal to the people to come and also continue to identify the cattle, because we've got cattle totaling 68 and 2 donkeys.
Now, the Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to warn people who are involved in illegal land invasions or settlements that they will be arrested. Police will not tolerate any lawlessness, and we call upon law-abiding citizens to assist in exposing land invaders, including their handlers and masters. Police will also descend on criminals involved in the issuance of fake offer letters. Some culprits have already been apprehended and brought before the courts of law. In this regard, the Zimbabwe Republic Police urges members of the public wishing to acquire land to follow due processes to avoid brushes with law enforcers. Police is looking for relatives of a deceased woman who died after being run over by a vehicle in Chivu Central Business District on the 30th of August 2021. The deceased, who is appearing in that faint picture on the screen, was mentally challenged, and police do not have any of her other particulars besides that faint picture. She was living in and around Chivu Central Business District. Should there be any of her relatives or friends who may recognize or know her, please do contact any nearest police establishment so that burial arrangements can be made. The Zimbabwe Republic Police urges members of the public to be extra cautious when joining housing schemes, as many have lost money through such schemes. Now, Crime Watch thought it prudent to engage the Real Estate Council of Zimbabwe for an elaboration on this issue.
We want to talk about issues to do with the housing development process. Some members of the public have lost funds on housing development projects which take long or never come to fruition, or because the developers could be lacking financial capacity to follow through the housing development process. So the starting point is the land acquisition and layout plan preparation. The assumption here being that one already owns the land and that the land is already incorporated within the boundaries of the local authority involved with that particular scheme. The next stage will be to the subdivision permit application to the local authority or to the relevant ministry. You will note that as far as subdivision permits are concerned, only the 2 major local authorities, Harare and Bulawayo, can handle the subdivision processes, whilst all other local authorities go through the Ministry of Local Government. So the subdivision permit will be looked at by the relevant local authority or the ministry, and it will be issued subject to certain conditions, the familiar ones being to do with provision of services such as roads, stormwater drains, water and sewer reticulation. Once that is done, then the surveyor comes in to identify the stand boundaries and at the pegs before it is then submitted to the Surveyor General's office for approval. So at some stages, you actually then find that what is finally approved is the layout plan involving the Surveyor General's office could actually be different with the subdivision plan is prepared, say, by the town planner. We then move on to design of services. So services need to be put in place. The stormwater drains that we were talking about, the water and sewer reticulation, the road network, and at times there will be things like off-site infrastructure, such as sewage treatment plants, which you may not find on the actual scheme, but they are located elsewhere. Then comes the servicing of the stands. Thereafter, it is when the developer has complied with all those conditions as spelled out in the development permit that one can now apply to the deeds office to be issued with title deeds. The public should be made aware of these kind of processes involved in bringing land to life to the stage where one can now move in and start building their structures. Estate agents are the trained professionals who are knowledgeable and trained to be able to provide this kind of service in terms of knowing a particular scheme as to whether at what stage it is in terms of meeting compliance requirements.
From that story, we are taking a short break. Join us in the second segment. It is the second segment of Crime Watcher, and thank you for staying tuned. Now, the Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to warn members of the public against keeping large sums of money, as this attracts criminals. Lately, police has recorded a number of such robberies, and in one of them, 10 men invaded a homestead in Collinborn, Gwanda, on the 16th of October 2021 and got away with 40,000 United States dollars. The gang also robbed a couple of 310 South African rand. 4 other suspects are pounced on a 32-year-old man on the 17th of October 2021, robbing him of 5,000 United States dollars after they intercepted him along Leopold Takawira in Bulawayo. In another case, but still on the 17th of October 2021, 2 armed men with a rifle robbed 2 shop attendants of 777 United States dollars and 8,000 Zimbabwean dollars in Pechwe, Kadoma. Police is appealing for anyone with information which may lead to the arrest of these suspects to contact any nearest police establishment. Talking of robbery cases, police can confirm the apprehension of 7 notorious robbers for multiple cases of robberies which they committed in Gokwe from the 13th of June to the 1st of October 2021. The 7 are Bernard Honye, age 35, Brian Mapani, age 21, Johnson Makorekanwa, age 35, Alec Mushayabasa, aged 54, Nicholas Chaneta, aged 54, Crispin Makorekanwa, aged 24, and Benevolent Chigayo, aged 32. The robbers would attack victims with machetes, axes, and stones, among other dangerous weapons. They got away with property which include cattle, goats, cell phones, and groceries, among others. Police has since recovered some of the cattle and seized weapons used in the commission of these offenses. The gang is remanded in custody and will reappear in court on the 28th of October 2021. Detectives in Chitungwiza apprehended 6 people for theft of copper wires in a development that affected communication in Chitungwiza. Now, Crime Watcher visited CID Chitungwiza and spoke to the officer in charge, Detective Inspector Vurepi Violet Siwela.
Information was received to the effect that 6 accused persons were moving around Chitungwiza policing area, vandalizing and stealing E01 copper cables. These accused persons are Godnozi Shavi, Obvious Mutake, Kevin Mawoyo, Enoch Shungwa, Olen Momberume, and Tatenda Kundishora. It was revealed that the accused persons were using a DAF CF truck registration number AFK 1015 to pull the copper cables from the Tail 1 manholes, as well as to ferry the loot to Harawa Dam in Mayambara village, Seke Chitungwiza, where they will burn the copper cables in order to remove the outside coating. Detectives were on surveillance in Mayambara village, Seke Chitungwiza, when they spotted a huge smoke in the air. This prompted the detectives to react and proceeded towards the direction of the smoke. Upon arrival at the scene of crime, the accused persons ran away, but eventually they were all arrested. About 2 tons of bent copper wire was recovered, and a DAF CF truck registration number AFK 1015 was as well impounded. Investigations revealed that the copper cables were stolen at a Tail 1 manhole near VID Chitungwiza. All landlines around Makoni Shopping Center, including Chitungwiza Police Station, as well as surrounding locations, are not working.
Ndakangoona mafoni edu asingashaiti malandline aya tatova newiki asiri kuita saka totofanira mufuno ndatonzwa kuti pane matsotsi akazobatwa angaba makopa cable nemasaidhi edu pachitungwiza saka tinofanira 6 vanhu vakabatwa takasiri kutoziva kuti chii chakaitika. Mafoni takangoona asingachaiti makopa cable ndoyanga abiwa, asi tinofanira stereki nebasa guru rakaitwa nemasaidhi edu epachitungwiza. Tikutokumbira mataredzi mhosva kuti vanhu ava ngavapiwe mutongo unoenderana navo.
The accused persons have since been taken to court, where they were remanded in custody awaiting trial. I am strongly warning members of the public to desist from these sabotages, as the arm of the law will catch up with them.
The ongoing operation on vehicle lights has proved to be a success, with most of the motorists complying with the request to remove illegal bar lights. Now, Crime Watch caught up with the Acting Director of Operations Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and the Vehicle Inspection Department in Mutare.
We have deployed 60 teams throughout the country and in each one of the 10 provinces to ensure that all those people who have fitted illegal bar lights, all those people who are traveling on inadequate lighting such as single headlights, no tail lights, are educated on the dangers of such behavior. We will also ensure that the law takes its course. It is against this background that the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, Manicaland, and VID Mutare and ZRP Traffic Branch in Mutare are going on the road to ensure that they carry out the operation.
We are going to have a joint operation with the Zimbabwe Traffic Safety Council, Zimbabwe Republic Police and the Vehicle Inspection Department in response to public outcry on the dangerous lights being fitted on motor vehicles on the roads, the LED floodlights. They are not allowed by law to be fitted and to be used on our public roads. We are going to deploy our teams on the highways to impound and have those lights removed. We urge motorists with such lights fitted on their vehicles to remove them to avoid our enforcement teams.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development, Honorable Felix Tapiwa Mona, has added his voice regards motor vehicles with illegally fitted additional bar lights, highlighting that with the beginning of the second decade of action for road safety that will run between 2021 and 2030, which is in line with the National Development Strategy 1, the Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development will leave no stone unturned in reducing the road carnage on the country's roads. Pointing out that most surviving drivers of night collisions usually blame too much or too little light, the minister also lambasted motorists who illegally fit additional bar lights that do not dip thereby emitting dazzling light, which contributes to night collisions. Road safety is always the top priority. Remember, speed kills. Slow down. Don't drink and drive. Stay alive. Don't text and drive. On that note, we are taking a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome back. The Commissioner General of Police, Tandabantu Godwin Matanga, saw of 7 police officers embarking on an United Nations peacekeeping tour of duty in South Sudan. The police chief also took this opportunity to welcome 9 other police officers who completed similar duties in the same country.
As we gather to bid farewell to 7 officers who are destined to undertake peacekeeping duties in South Sudan, we also take pride in warmly welcoming home 9 others who completed their tour of duty in the same country. I would like, therefore, to express profound gratitude and appreciation to the returning contingent for the hard work and high level of discipline exhibited throughout their tour of duty. The exploits of these police officers during their teams in South Sudan epitomize the deep-seated work ethos and discipline resident within the Zimbabwe Republic Police. As you recounted your experiences, it has left vivid images in our minds that you were dedicated to ensuring that the people of South Sudan enjoy the same peace that we have here in Zimbabwe. As I welcome you back home, I wish to take this opportunity to urge you to quickly adjust in order to be in step more so as you resume your day-to-day duties. The organization is already in full throttle to implement the ZRP strategic plan Horizon 2025, whose mantra is policing towards an upper middle income economy. We have refocused all our policing activities and operations towards the attainment of National Development Strategy 1, which will take the nation halfway toward the attainment of an upper middle income economy by the year 2030. This is a clarion call for all of us as police officers to direct our energies towards fostering and sustaining a peaceful and tranquil environment, toward the realization of the national vision through stimulating socio-economic development.
The ZRP does not condone corruption, and as such, it works with various stakeholders to combat this cancer. One of them is the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority.
As an organization, we do have a relationship that we are working with our key stakeholders. Zimbabwe Republic Police is one such key security agency with which we cooperate on issues of crime. Issues of corruption are topical. We do have an anti-corruption strategy within the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority. We work with the police to carry out investigations, work with the anti-corruption unit, and make sure that the staff members who have been involved in corruption account for their undesirable behavior, and justice must take its course. Their investigations come at different levels. They are the preventative approach, which the strategy, our loss control uses by putting in place wealthy inspection activities, wealthy accountability sections, and making sure that all staff members comply with the requirement of the law by declaring all their assets on a 6-monthly basis. In addition to that, tax collection requires every single member of the Zimbabwean community to comply with the law. If you don't comply with the law, we do have a division within ZIMRA that is responsible for prosecution of those that don't comply with the law. We will not hesitate to arrest the smugglers and take away the goods that would have been smuggled into the country. So these are some of the areas of collaboration that we've been working with the ZRP to combat the undesirable behaviors within our society. We will continue to name and shame. There are a number of prominent cases that have been reported through the press. These are not anything to hide. Some socialites that have been prosecuted. You have also seen in the media reports of either buses or trucks that have been caught with second-hand clothes that have been brought into the country. There is an article of a clearing agent who was involved in fraud where they falsely declared the customs duty, and then through our own systems we discovered that the motor vehicles were not properly cleared. We do have members of staff that have been involved in fraud activities. We have also reported them to the police immediately after we have discovered this.
Now, before we come to the end of this week's episode, here are some people who are on the police wanted list. Mount Darwin Police is looking for Tendai Muringai of Mushonganzo village, Chief Kandeya, Mount Darwin, for a case of murder. God knows Chuma of Kwichi village, Chief Nkalakata Nkai is wanted for yet another case of murder by Nkai Police in Matabeleland North Province. Lastly, Ntabi Simutetwa of Makohliso village, Chief Nkai is also wanted by Nkai Police in connection with a rape case. Should you have information that may help the police in locating any of these wanted persons, please feel free to contact or visit any nearest police establishment. You can also contact us on any of the following details. Our website is www.zrp.gov.zw. You can email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. Our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe. We're also accessible on YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. If you fail to reach us through any of these communication channels, please feel free to contact us on our National Complaints Desk number, which is manned 24/7 by police officers ready to offer you service, and the number is 0242 703 631. It really has been a pleasure having you along. Until we meet again next time, from the Crime Watch crew behind the scenes, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, and it is pleasant viewing.